Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I wanted to talk about Jarell Sutherland. He came up in your news Friday. Talked about him a little bit yesterday. I just added the voice note when he was boasting that he is a Sutherland, and even if he goes up to the hotel there in St. Philip, he doesn't last long. He doesn't stick. It doesn't stick because his brother Dwight is a member of parliament. You duly elected him. You elected him twice. Twice. Okay. So he boasts about that. But I wanted to talk about the 7 charges that the Barbados Police Service gang brought against Jarell Stefon Sutherland. And the first one was use of firearm. Now, usually when the bad boys are out there shooting up the place and they are arrested, they would say it was an illegal use of a firearm and the person did not have the paperwork that goes along with owning and possessing a firearm. They didn't say that. They didn't say that in this. They just said use of firearm. Now, did Jarell by any chance have a legal firearm? And how could he? Because he has been accused of crimes. And when you are accused of crimes, even before you are adjudicated, they will take that, they will pull that permit, okay? They will pull it. So why didn't they say that he was not a permitted firearm person? Why didn't they say that? All they said was he was charged for use of firearm. He was charged for using it, but was he in legal possession of it? And what about bullets? What about the ammunition? Usually they would talk about things like that. So I found it was a little cagey. Okay, and then they talked about endangering life. Remember when the people in Ellerton talked about what happened in their neighborhood, there were kids involved. They were pissed off because there were children outside playing, and I think some were hit by bullets. Okay, so when the police says endangering the life, and they mention 4 people, 4: Akil Jackson, Sachin Etwaru, Chad Bino, and Brandon Devonish. When the police mentioned those 4 names, were they the children? How old are they? How old are the people that carry these names? How old are they? Because you want to support what the people in Ellerton were saying when they cried out for justice, when they cried out for police, surveillance, police action. You want to support what they're saying when they say children were hit, when they came out firing guns, firing bullets, whatever it is that they do, to scare people and to subdue people because they think they're bad. What possesses someone to think that about themselves? What would possess someone to think that they are badder than someone else, that they are running things? What would possess someone to feel that way? What is it? The colonial DNA that is running through the Sutherland's veins? Is it that? Are they really white, but when they're reincarnated, they came out black? I mean, are they really white? Like the Oreo. They got the Oreo thing going on. What will possess someone to behave that way? Okay, so these 4 names that were called, are they children? I would like to know that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And criminal damage. When they talk about criminal damage, and they mention Janelle Russell and Patel Puckering, were those the houses that were shot up? The police, I found they were very cagey, unless there's some other place. You can read more about the charges against Jarell, Stefon, Sutherland. Is there a more detailed list of information? Is there more to the information concerning Jarell, Sutherland? I would like to see it so I can read it out to people who come to Naked Departure to hear what's going on in Barbados. If you have more to the information concerning the arrest and the charges laid against Jarell, Sutherland, and also I didn't see it pop up. I was really busy yesterday, so I didn't see it pop. But I didn't see it pop up. Was he sent off to the hotel there in St. Philip? Because he was supposed to be arraigned today in the district court, in the magistrate's court. But I didn't see the outcome. But if you know what the outcome is, please, you can send that to me, okay? So this blog is about Jarell, Stefon, Sutherland, and how even in the report that came out from the police, it seems as though they're covering him up. It seems as though you're not hearing everything. You're not getting all the information. It seems as though you're not getting all the information. And it started with that first sentence, use of firearm. Was it a permitted firearm, or did he not have a permit to have a firearm? We want to hear more about that, okay? You need information. It's your only currency. It's your only currency. You need to know what others know so that it's a level playing field. You need to know what others know so you know how to move, so you know how to make decisions, okay? You need to know what other people know. You need the information. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.